back in the US and back at college, hoping to make a few more videos soon. Just wanted to show you something. I'm not really a card flourisher, I'm more of a magician, but this is a card flourish. I have one little tip that makes it a little bit easier. So you may have seen this card flourish before, where you do the little spread and then toss it into the air. Well, as you can see, that version isn't very consistent. Maybe it might take more practice, maybe I just haven't put in the time. Here's just a shortcut if you're more of a beginning card flourisher and want to get the move down quicker, a little easier way to do the flourish, and one that I find isn't 100% consistent, but is much more consistent. So, let's get to the tutorial of what you're going to do. Take your pack, starting around the crease of your elbow. You're going to spread them forward. I just hold the deck like so, thumb and fingers, and you're going to spread with your thumb, but you're going to only spread about 50% of the cards forward. And then you're just going to go in the opposite direction and spread the other half of the deck backwards. Now, even though you want it to look like a nice ribbon spread, don't worry too much about it being those perfectly, even cards. Even that's good and that makes the flourish better. That's what I don't think is the flourish is necessarily about this image as much as the toss and the catch. So the reason to go forward and back, now you can just do it this direction. And I've tried that one some. And it works sometimes for me. But it's a lot easier to go forward and back, because if you think about the way you can just hold the cards, if I just push a bunch forward and back, I can hold on to these two cards and have the other one sticking out. So in a sense, when they're coming down and you catch these two cards and go forward, it is just guiding all those other cards back into the pack and makes for a cleaner catch. Now when you do it just one direction, which is probably superior, more skill and so on, you're going to need to have a much cleaner catch to be able to get all of the cards without them flying everywhere. It can be done, but if you go both ways, it's really considerably easier. They just fall into place. There's a lot less fine-tuned play while you're in the air, and when the cards are in the air, they're out of your control for a couple seconds there, and you'd like it to be as easy as possible, especially because, remember, we're doing this for real people. We're not doing this for other magicians. So when you do it for real people, they're probably not going to care if you go forward and back. Who knows what that means in their head, but it helps you to get a really clean catch. And even without squaring it up afterwards, if I just throw these into the air, it's not a bad catch. It takes 2 seconds to square it up. So you can also, I do it face up usually, and you can catch it in your opposite hand too if you want to. My left hand is terribly uncoordinated, so I don't usually. So that's just something I wanted to show you. Simple arm spread, spread them forward, spread them backwards. If you're good at a table ribbon spread, this shouldn't be too hard. I know you can do this with sleeves on. I don't usually, just because it's such a more stable contact surface if you have the cards touching your skin. And when you practice, if you practice over a bed, that's just going to make it a lot easier when you're not going to have to lean over to pick them up. And another is when you drop your cards onto the floor, there tends to be a little more dirt on the floor than your bed, hopefully. And then that'll just make your cards cleaner, and that'll just make them last longer, and you can flourish better. So when you're practicing and getting to know the move, practice just on the floor.